Class 12, Human Geography, Nature and Scope, the rest part we will discuss today. So, yesterday I have told you about the determinism which has been given by Griffith Taylor. It's called neo-determinism. It is also called stop and go determinism. Stop and go. That means when nature is telling you stop to collect the resource, that means you should stop. When the nature is giving you the indication that you should move on, then you will start your collection of resources. So, this is called the stop and go determinism. Today, we will see what kind of ideas has been given by different philosophers about the schools of thought. Schools means not the school where the students are going and getting their knowledge. Here school means the ideas, different ideas which has been given by different geographers. Today I will not tell you about the geographers, but I will tell you about their thoughts. First one is the humanistics. Humanistics means the achievement which has actually get, or the achievement of humans. That means when people achieved something, not from the religious side, but from the technological side, scientific side. When they have achieved something, suppose some kind of great invention, like NASA has done different kinds of invention. So this type of invention, or the antidote of some virus, so those are called the scientific invention which has achieved by human being. That is called the humanistic thought. So we can say that this thought is actually related with the science and technology. Next, move to this part, radical thought. It has been given by Karl Marx. That time, Karl Marx has given his thought about the people or the people of their democratic country. Country means where people doesn't get their proper utilization, they doesn't get their proper necessary things. So that time he has asked the question, why people were poor? That means लोगों में खाने की दिक्कत क्यों है? लोग क्यों मतलब पुअर है, उनका क्या प्रॉब्लम है? जो लोग अमीर है वो अमीर ही है. That means the person who are rich, they are become much more richer. But the person who are poor, their condition is continuously decreasing. That thought is called the radical thought. Next is called the behavioral thought. That means the reaction between the people and the nature. That means how people are reacting with the nature. Suppose the person who is living in a plain region, he will behave different way than the person who is actually situated in a mountainous region. That means the people belongs to mountain areas, they are much more hard working. Why? Because they have to maintain their lifestyle and they have to overcome the natural or climatic situation of the mountainous area. But the plain regions people are living a comfortable life. So their way of lifestyle is completely different from each other. That is called the behavioral thought. So one by one, humanistic means the people's achievement from the scientific side. Okay. Radical means people's way of thinking. why people are poor, why the economic condition is continuously decreasing of a country. Those are called radical thought. And behavioral means the people's reaction with the earth crust or the landscape. According to landscape, how people are changing their way of lifestyle, how they are living their life, that's it. Next, move to this part. Here are some time period which I have mentioned. According to that, people's way of thinking about human geography has changed one by one. In the colonial period means the time when the colonies like England, France, they have spread their power throughout the world. That time, people's only invention is to explore new islands, new places, because that time the connection or communication were not so good. So that time people used to search for starting their search to find out new places. That is called the exploration. To explore different places. Next, in the year 1930 onwards, areal differentiation. That means from that time, people, when already they have discovered different places, they used to start that this place is differential from one place and another place. That means Indian culture, economical condition is not equal to the economical condition and cultural condition of England or America or Spain. So they are completely different from each other. That is the time, from this time people used to understand that. That is another part of human geography. And at the late 1950 to 60, this time people used to draw maps. And particularly they are trying to show through the help of those maps of different kinds of resources. Like one map they have shown the minerals of that place, one map they have shown the landscapes or physical features of that place, the rivers have another drainage map, vegetation map, so different settlement map, so different kinds of maps were drawn at that time. Next, in the year of 1970, social approaches. That means, social means, yesterday I told you, social means the related things with socio-economic condition or social condition. Those approaches were invented in human geography in the year of 1970. And post-modernism were started in the year 1990. Postmodernism means at that time people used to ask question in every single matter. That means even at previous time, whatever the scientist has given them the invention, they used to accept it. No, it's right. They doesn't have that kind of question into their mind that why it has been happened, why it has been invented. No, they never ask this. But from that time, they used to ask those questions that why they have started. Like William Morris Davies has given some idea about the landscape. That time people used to question it. Why? Why you have given that 3 kind of stages of landscape? It should be 4 kind, 5 kind. Why only 3 kind? So these are the questions that has come from that time. Next, it's the subfield of human geography. First one is the social subfield, a part of human geography. At that category, we are discussing about the gender, caste of a place, of a country or a region, etc. Next, second part is economical status. That means which kind of industrial revolution has happened there. People are the way of lifestyle, the economical condition, the production of the industry are discussed over this stage. Next, the urban development. In human geography part is urban geography, where people used to discuss or the geography used to discuss about the urban development. That means what kind of development has happened at that time. What is urbanization? Those type of things are discussed over here. Next is the political geography. Political is actually refers to the political matter of a country. That means obviously as a democratic country citizen, I can say it's only the voting process which is most valuable thing of today's life. Next is the settlement geography. In settlement geography, a part of human geography, we are actually discussing or reading in this step the pattern, like some places like both sides of the road, a linear pattern, or the railway track linear pattern settlement we can see, a radical pattern we can see surrounding a lake or a pond, etc., or compact kind of settlement where people used to live together, a compact settlement. Dispersed means scatteredly the settlement pattern we can see. Especially we can see those kind of settlement in mountainous region or desert region. And compact settlement, cities, metropolitan cities or small or big cities, we can see this kind of settlement pattern. So here are the rest part of this chapter we have discussed today. You can easily understand that one by one there are several parts which included under this chapter, nature and school. Thank you.